Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big Baby JTV. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. And let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. Spider-Man No Way Home. Right? So this is a spoiler-free review of Spider-Man No Way Home. And the way I'm going to do this is like this, right? I'm not going to do the spoilers right on here. I'm not going to do any of that. But what I will do is that I'm going to do a spoiler-free review right here on YouTube. And then I'm going to do a full spoiler one where I get deeper into the characters and all them things on my Patreon. So y'all make sure to check out my Patreon. I'm going to have that in there by tonight or by tomorrow, sometime this week before Christmas. By the way, happy holidays. Spider-Man No Way Home, man. What did I think of the movie? Okay, so the way I rank Spider-Man movies, right? My favorite of all time was Spider-Man 2 with Dr. Octopus, right? That was my era in the early 2000s. That is my favorite Spider-Man of all time, right? And then what would be the worst Spider-Man in my eyes? I really did not like the first Amazing Spider-Man, the one with homeboy Garfield, right? Andrew Garfield. I did not like that one that much. Was it terrible and trash? No. But was it substantial or something out of this world? Absolutely not. I thought it was a very basic movie, right? So how does No Way Home, how does that look in the big picture? Or how does that fare compared to that? I think if we was to rate it between that, the Andrew Garfield first Spider-Man, and Spider-Man 2, which I think is the best one of all time, I would say this is very close to the best Spider-Man. It's very close. I would say it's a damn near 9.3. Spider-Man 2 to me is going to be like 9.5, goddamn 10 out of 10. But this is probably a 9.3. And you know why? It's because what they do in this is different. Is different, all right? And I'm just gonna warn you by saying this, right? I'm not gonna spoil anything, but some of it is already in the trailer. It's different. It's not what you normally see. It's not what you typically see. And what I like about this movie is that it really has a lot of deep dramatic areas to some points where you're like, whoa. Could this be like Oscar nominated? Really? You know what I mean? Could this actually take an award? And yes, it can. Some of the scenes are incredibly dramatic, in part because of Tom Holland's acting, right? A lot of Zendaya's acting, right? And also Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. If you've watched the movie, you know which scene I'm talking about, right? And I like that. That really adds to it, Well, what makes it even really good, too, is when you're talking about Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange, right? He also has some gripping scenes, right? Now, the action I didn't really think was that great. I thought it was meh, you know what I mean? Compared to some of the greatest Marvel movies like Endgame, right? It was meh, you know what I mean? What they were really good at is making the action work with the plot. So what does that mean? That means that the plot of the movie and the action made sense together, right? Now, the final act, which is, pretty much the peak, or around the third act where, the climax is there and, the denouement where everything is going down lower, I felt like that was too long and too stretched out. You know what I mean? At that point, it felt like, wow, really? We're still going? Like, we're still going, right? And I think it's because they wanted to keep the runtime. Now, the villain or villains, I'm not going to spoil nothing, made this movie really, really good, right? And this is something that, unfortunately, Marvel has not been great at. They've been very, very corny and very, very bad at villains, especially the first two phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I'm telling you right now, Phase 4, which this is, has released some very, very good villains. Honestly. For example, Eternals was not a great movie. It was average. It was mid as hell. Very mid. But their villain was amazing. It was great. Or villains. And this one, their villain, the main villain, was absolutely fantastic, right? And it's a very, very nostalgic feeling movie. Would I recommend it to anybody? Absolutely, right? But I think, moving forward, these movies have to be a lot more selective on how they treat their ending scenes. The last few scenes felt so corny and so long and so stretched. You're like, bruh, what? Are y'all gonna get to a point? No, they're not gonna. They're gonna drag it. I felt like they could have cut 20 minutes out of this movie and it would have been perfect, right? But let me know what y'all think, man. Have you seen No Way Home? Just know, what do you think? I give it 9.3 out of 10. I'm going to talk about the spoilers on my Patreon. Y'all join me there. Big Baby JTV, like, comment, sub, and I'm out, bro.